Hello there and welcome back to some more Forza Motorsport 4. Today we'll continue on Let's Play. This is episode 117. In today's episode we're taking a look at the Lexus LFA Spec Series. For that we need to buy a Lexus LFA. 350,000 credits. Fuck my life. Yes, episode 117. It comes in brown, but I actually like the LFA, so we'll buy it in yellow. It comes in an even worse brown than the Ferrari, kind of. So.
Is it called shit brown?
No, it's not that bad.
Actually, that brown is like sunset orange or whatever the Aston Martin DB11 comes in.
Oh good, I have affinity, that's what I was looking for. We actually need to do some upgrades to this thing though, so racing tyres, give me the biggest, widest fucking tyres you can, because this is a rear wheel drive car. And that, and weight reduction, because apparently it's kind of heavy for some reason. And that, and give me that. And can we please stick an exhaust on it? I want to get rid of some of that. I want more power, actually.
You can never have too much power.
You can. Well, that's besides the point. Or rather, we'll prove that later on with the S-Class events, because I assure you there's some interesting cars coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Oh boy.
Lexus LFA Spec Series, a spec series for the first supercar by Lexus, the LF-A. Sebring full circuit.
You gassy?
I think this might actually... Wait, is this an Asian event or a North American event? I don't actually remember.
Who knows?
Well,
Who
Lexus
knows?
is... I'm not sure if Lexus is considered...
Lexus, it depends on which game it is.
Yeah, it's like Acura in that sense.
Actually, GT4 was really weird for that, because Acura was in the Asian dealerships, but the... Yeah.
Lexus was in the
America.
US, but Acura was in Japan. For
And actually, if
GT4.
you want to make it more confusing, to do the Altezza race in Europe, you had to go to the American dealership, buy a Lexus, and then go back to the Toyota dealership to do the Toyota...
It was like that in the US version too.
Yeah.
Why? Just why?
Oh yeah, I forgot we get this car's party piece, the fucking amazing gauge cluster.
Wow, the great.
Listen to that noise! I love it. I'll live for it.
Yeah, we can tell.
There's only one car I missed when Toyota exited Forza, it was the LFA. Because that noise. Housewives would get pregnant just from hearing it. Which is why they limited it to 500 units, by the way, in case you was wondering.
What, the LFA?
Yeah, it wasn't because the Lexus didn't have enough money to build more than 500, it's because otherwise, like, the entire world would just be made pregnant from that noise.
Who would believe that?
Excellent.
It also does 140 miles an hour in third gear, which is a bit too much.
Excellent.
The only thing I find weird about the LFA these days is, at least in the case of Forza, when they re-added this car to Horizon 4, it wasn't the Nürburgring edition, even though that was in Horizon 1, which is weird.
Oh yeah, because it's just the normal LFA in Horizon 4, isn't it?
Yeah, not the Nürburgring edition, which would make more sense considering that was like the fastest one.
Why are there no Nürburgring editions of cars?
Well, I mean, the LFA did get like a track record, so that actually makes sense. Although I agree with you pretty much. I mean, they have a Nürburgring edition Vauxhall Corsa, so I mean, yeah.
God, yeah.
I see those occasionally.
Why do they still exist?
I don't know, but I will say I had a funny experience with one of those once. Bear in mind, the Nürburgring Corsa isn't really a slouch. I think it can do 0 to 60 in like 7 seconds or something like that, right?
Brilliant.
And I had the Subaru at the time, which did 0 to 60 in like 13.5 seconds. But I had two kids in a Nürburgring Corsa just sat there staring at my Subaru the entire time I was in a McDonald's fucking bay. Because that's the thing with the Subaru, that car got a lot of attention because people like them. It's like when you drive through like a car meet of a bunch of chavs in Corsas, they'd all like sort of stare at the Impreza and be jealous, even though you're like, my car's probably slower than yours. But the Honda doesn't quite have the same reaction.
It's a Honda.
It is. Although it does have a K24, which is a pretty cool engine in Japanese terms, I guess. I don't know. They like it if you Frankenstein them. Which, in case you're wondering, is when you stick a Type R head on a K24, I think. Something like that. Which means you can make 50 more horsepower.
Right back.
Which would be cool, but I mean, my car has an automatic and I don't want to explode it, because Honda automatics are not known for being the most,
Reliable.
Yeah, let's go with that.
They're just kind of a thing.
They have a... Well, they used to have loads of issues in the early 2000s. Mine got beefed up a lot, so there was a lot less issues, but still they can have them. So... Master Chief in his Japanese Mercedes, he has. I think this car was originally sold as a Toyota, but then they had to change their mind. Actually, the LFA is does anyone remember when games had the concept car LFA?
I think.
Like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, do you remember that game? That had an LFA concept car in it.
Please no speak of that again.
That game was actually good, the Tokyo Drift game. It's better than fucking Showdown.
God.
I too shall be right back.
Showdown's
Okay.
Thunder, have you seen that game lately?
Which game?
Fast and Furious Showdown.
What,
It's
the
rubbish.
older one?
No, the new one that just came out.
Oh, you mean
That's
Crossroads?
god-awful. Crossroads, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
They're both bad games, in fairness. Do you know, we've got it at work and it's £47.
What?
Yeah. I might buy that game when it comes to like a fiver.
Hang on, people are buying with
No,
their
they're not
money
buying it,
that
are they?
game.
Fuck. Did you see how many people were online on launch day? There was 8.
8!
8.
8.
8. 8 people bought it. And yet, despite that, everyone laughs at Fast and Furious, but everyone's angry at Project Cars 3. Work that one out. I mean, both games don't look very appealing, I'll be honest. So.
Project Cars 3 lost the plot, let's just say that.
I don't really get the point of setting your series up to be entirely simulated and then just going off the rolls and making the game, which I've heard it's actually pretty okay. It's just more of like a grid game than
Yes.
a Project Cars 3, which is kind of tragic when you think like Project Cars 3 was a better grid game than Grid 2019, which people were actually excited for. But, I mean, saying that, Grid does have one thing Project Cars 3 doesn't.
What?
A release on Stadia.
Oh god.
Thunder, you've played a Grid on Stadia.
I have.
What was your review?
It worked
Did it?
enough. I mean, I was able
Enough.
to do stuff with it. It worked enough.
How was the frame rate?
Good.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
that's-
It was
that's-
actually pretty
Then
good.
again, Thunder, isn't that because you've actually got good internet?
Okay. Okay, so the BMW X6 didn't
believe
roll
so.
over, but the LFA... Right, okay.
Oh. LFA was two-wheeling for a little bit.
Oh, actually, that was one other interesting thing that happened in BTCC yesterday. Tom Oliphant took way too much curb and almost went on roof.
Nice. Where was track?
Knock Hill.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to be doing that at Knock Hill. of all
Yeah,
places.
which usually is an exciting race, but the first 2 races were really boring and the 3rd race was okay.
What do you not want to do at Knob Hill?
Hit curbs.
Oh, crabs.
Hit curbs, use curs.
Knock Hill's just a hill that somehow is a racetrack. And is also still allowed to be a racetrack for some reason.
Considering that GT3s run at Brands Hatch,
I think I saw that briefly the other day. 'Cause
that
the
was a damn good race.
The race uploads them as like full races. So.
It's a damn good race.
I didn't realize the race has like the rights to screen on YouTube, like British GT Super Formula, and I think they do the GT
They do
Japanese
Super GT.
shit. Yeah. I don't know what classification of Super GT, but they run Super GTs.
It's both GT 300 and 500.
Isn't GT 300 just GT3 cars these days? Though?
Yeah, and DTM.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, DTM's a sinking ship, however.
DTM is.
The ship has sunk and is somehow moving.
In fairness, though, like most motorsports look like that. Like it's like when you realise WRC literally only has 3 manufacturers left.
It's because they're getting too expensive to make.
Toyota, Hyundai, and Ford are the only people left.
Well, that's because Volkswagen, after Dieselgate, they pulled out of most, if not all, motorsports.
Yeah, and Citroen pulled out after they stopped winning. The first year they didn't win the constructors.
Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't win the constructor title for the first time in like 16 years or something like that. We're like, hey, we're fucking off out of here later. Sebastian Loeb went, so.
What about World Rallycross?
Oh, I don't know. All I know is Peter Solberg does a lot in that.
I believe there's still a bunch of manufacturers in WRX.
Subaru is still in it.
Yeah, but
Subaru,
WRX
Ford,
cars, all you have to do
Citroen,
is just bolt the
Peugeot.
largest turbo to it and space frame it,
Yeah.
and you're good to go. I've never watched a rallycross race other than like the ones they did in Top
They're
Gear, which were
really
not
good.
rallycross races.
It was technically Rallycross. It was at Lydden Hill.
Oh, and also that like championship race where like one of them hit the tyre barrier and it literally blocks all 6 cars from like moving.
So in the FIA World Rallycross Championship, Audi competes with the S1 RX, Ford with the Fiesta Supercar RX, Honda with the Honda Civic Coupe, Hyundai with the i20 WRC, Peugeot with the 208 RX. Renault has a couple different entries. They have the Clio RS RX and the Pagani RS RX. Seat has the Ibiza RX, Skoda has the Fabia, and then Volkswagen still competes in the supercar class with the Polo GTI.
Yeah, they still do WRC too, Volkswagen. They have the R5 that you can buy off the shelf. Anyways, that is it for the Lexus LFA Spec Series. Thank you all very much for watching. Next time round, we head away from Spec Series into actual races again as we take a look at the S-Class Corvette Club. Join us for that. Until then, farewell.
You know what I'm saying. The sorrow that my heart holds in knowing just where my hopes and dreams are going. I'll only lay. Got up in a wall that you are not part of. Eyes on the slit of your father.